Hello and welcome to Capital TV Online News. My name is Olive Burrows and these are the stories making headlines. National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi wants the number of IEBC commissioners slashed. President Uhuru Kenyatta says it's time renowned author Ngugi wa Thiong'o comes back home. And finally, the opposition says DPP Keriako Tobiko's job is on the line. 9 independent electoral and boundaries commissioners too much? Well, Speaker Justin Muturi certainly seems to think so. Speaking to news editors on Tuesday, Muturi contended that the Secretariat does most of the work anyway, and 9 commissioners is an unnecessary burden on the taxpayer. He says the high number of commissioners was intended to ensure regional balance, but counters that India, with a population of 1.2 billion, 32% of Kenya, electoral commissioners. They proposed to 3, which is the minimum stipulated in the Constitution. It would, however, require an amendment to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, which states that the commission should be composed of a chairman and 8 members.
If you look at the composition of our commissions, except the Gender Commission and the Commission on Administrative Justice, all these others are just representatives of provinces. And that is, in my view, that does not help the country. A country of 40 million people, 9 commissioners, every day waking up pretending to be going to work. Which work, Mashari? Which work? I mean, every day you are dealing with policy. When is this policy going to be implemented? Why don't you allow those that are supposed to implement? A country like India, with 1.2 billion people, their electoral management body has 3 or 5 commissioners. Go to South Africa, go to Britain. So what is this that we think that every commission, we must have 9, you know, some magical figure, 9. What are they doing?
It remains to be seen if Muturi's proposal will gain consensus, but there is certainly no consensus where the fate of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Keriako Tobiko's fate, is concerned. 2 opposition legislators have claimed that there is a plot by powerful forces to hound him out of office. Suna East MP Junet Mohammed and Raraka MP Tom Kajwang say they have sufficient information that a petition is being drafted to remove Tobiko from office. They claim it's part of a larger plot to weaken institutions charged with guarding against graft, and that began with efforts to force the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commissioners out of office. On from matters corruption to matters homecoming. President Uhuru Kenyatta on Monday said it was time acclaimed Kenyan author Ngugi wa Thiong'o returned to his motherland. While hosting the visiting professor at the State House, President Kenyatta said Kenya was no longer the same country Ngugi left when he sought political asylum in the United States. He says Ngugi, who teaches comparative literature and English at the University of California, should now put his knowledge on Kenya's youth. In business, as Kenyans eagerly await the visit of U.S. President Barack Obama in July, President Uhuru Kenyatta launched its precursor at the Strathmore Business School. President Uhuru Kenyatta unveiled the 6th GES logo, which will be held in sub-Saharan Africa for the first time between July 24th and 25th. At the launch, President Kenyatta addressed entrepreneurial youth. Summit's theme is creating wealth through innovation and entrepreneurship. And well, who knows better how to innovate than the African youth who out of necessity have been forced to look for gainful employment out of the traditional box. And as we count down to the summit, the hashtag to follow is GES 2015 Kenya. On to sports, where on a sadder note, the Steenkamp family is understandably not too pleased that Oscar Pistorius will be released from prison. Pistorius, the South African amputee sprinter who shot dead their daughter Riva, who was his girlfriend at the time, is set to be free on parole in August after serving just 10 months in jail. Pistorius, who became a global hero after competing in both the Paralympics and Olympics, claimed he mistook Riva for an intruder when he fired 4 shots through a locked bathroom door on Valentine's Day in 2013. The 20-year-old athlete was found guilty last year of culpable homicide, a charge equivalent to manslaughter, and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
I'm not really wondering what's happening to Oscar. You know, I've moved on. I'm now busy trying to do good work for people, helping people, and work with the foundation and the abuse of women, and try and do something to try and help about that. I'm really not concerned. The law is taking place. There's going to be an appeal. It's not going to affect me because my daughter is gone. She's not going to walk through that door now. I wrote the book so that people would remember her. She was in the trial always referred to as the deceased. She became invisible, and people forgot that somebody died here. My daughter died horrendously.
Well, sometimes watching the news can feel like, well, having to take your medicine. But to quote Mary Poppins, a spoonful of sugar sure makes the medicine go down. And that's what this group of Ugandan Rap-o-ters is attempting to do in Uganda.
Ugandans call them Rap-o-ters, a youth program of hip-hop artists turned journalists, rapping the headlines.
Seeking an end to third world debt and poverty, or ACON, helping to light up Africa with electricity, put to good use, nothing beats the power of celebrity.
Hearing the news in hip-hop may sound strange, but in Uganda, where the press faces censorship pressures and the country's huge youth population often take little interest in current affairs, this program has become a hit.
We are rappers already, and being that even through our music we spread the message, and the kind of news we wanted to do was the educative, entertaining, political kind of stuff. So being that we are rappers, we decided to make it a rap format kind of news.
Newsbeat, screened in both English and the local language Luganda on the popular channel NTV, launched last year. Each 5-minute episode covers local, regional, and international news. Nothing is off limits, and the program has reported stories on Uganda's anti-pornography laws, the political situation in Ukraine, and Ebola updates from West Africa.
Mostly it has also inspired the youth to watch the news, because of the beat and the rap. So it doesn't make them, bored, and they're there, and they also get the education out of it.
Ugandan activists have repeatedly warned that press freedoms in this East African country are rapidly shrinking. Last October, one journalist was ordered to pay damages or face jail after accusing a government official of corruption, and there have been other similar cases. But as dust settles over Uganda's capital, a crowd gathers around a public TV to follow the beat.
Anti kwogera ku bizibu ebimu ebinkwatako tandika okugiraba okula lwenamanya nti ebeerako abantu ab'enjawulo kuba nakitegere nti egenda baako geniero ng'ayogera ku nsonga z'abantu ezibakwatako ngafe avubuka nenjiraba neneyongera okuba nga njagadde.
Newsbeat is so far sidestepping the censors and reaching out to new audiences with its unique blend of rhyme and reason.
And in the spirit of that report, for more on these and other stories, please stay tuned to www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV. I'm Oliver. Thank you for watching.